Hi everybody, this is Juanita Ecker and I'm doing a Facebook Live today. And the title is How to Release Your Fear and Worry about Making Money in These Uncertain Times. Maybe you've gone from 2 incomes to 1. Maybe you are a business owner and your business has been drastically reduced. Maybe you've been furloughed or laid off. So a lot of people are worrying how they're going to pay the bills, how they're going to cover their expenses. And a lot of the fears and the worries that you're feeling right now are from old stuff. This didn't just happen. This is some trapped emotion that is happened in your past and it's surfacing now. Are you one of those people who feels anxious about earning money in this crisis? Are you one of those people who feel overwhelmed and you just don't know what to do? Do you feel like you are in a constant state of panic because your income has stopped or been drastically reduced? So today's Facebook Live, I'm going to use the emotion code. I'm Juanita Ecker, certified emotion code and body code practitioner. And what I'm going to do is I have these emotion charts right here. So some on this page and some here. I have 160 emotions and I'm going to use this magnet. I know that sounds crazy, and if you stick around, you'll see that it's going to get even crazier, but it does work. We're going to use the magnet and the emotion code chart to get rid of these trapped emotions. So I did not invent this. If you can see the book here, The Emotion Code by Dr. Bradley Nelson. Dr. Bradley Nelson is a chiropractor, and he created the emotion code because he discovered that people would come back with the same issue week after week after week. And he thought maybe there are emotions, trapped emotions from the past that are contributing to the issues people were having. So Dr. Bradley created this emotion code, and Tony Robbins did the foreword on this. So this is a really great book, and this is even something that you can get yourself. After you see what we're doing today, if you like it, you can get the book and kind of learn how to do this on yourself. So I was trained and certified by Dr. Brad, so that's pretty cool. So let me acknowledge who is here. Okay, so let's see. Barb Ashcroft is here. Hi, Barb. Mary Kraft is here. Hi, Mary. Lorna Flawn. Hello, Lorna. Great. Okay. And all right. So if you have questions or comments, feel free to type them as we go along. So I worked with a client who was freaking out because her husband had gotten furloughed and now she was the main breadwinner. She was working at home and she just felt so nervous and anxious about everything that was going on. We did an emotion code session on her, and the following week she's like, oh, I'm handling it so much better. So that was nice. I worked with a dog. Such a sweet little dog, and she was so nervous. Every time she would get in the car, the owner would have to give her a tranquilizer because she couldn't settle down. She couldn't relax. We did a couple sessions on the dog, and now she rides, she's fine. And the owner is thrilled because the owner drives from Michigan to Florida with her dog, so she wanted to be able to be sure that the dog was okay in the car. I worked with a woman who had procrastination and motivation issues. She really wanted to be a dog trainer, and she was struggling with doing the work, doing the requirements that she needed to do to get certified. I worked with her. We were able to release all the triggers, all the blocks, all the inherited trapped emotions that were stopping her from taking action. And now I'm happy to report she is certified as a dog trainer, so that's nice. All right. So think of something sad, scary, or traumatic that happened to you. It could be yesterday. It could be years ago. And when you think of that event, what emotion comes to mind? Is it disappointment? Is it guilt? Is it anger? Is it frustration? So write down the intensity of that emotion. Give that emotion a number. 0 meaning it's not there at all, and 10, it's at the worst. So the fact that you could give this emotion a number means it's still trapped in your body. It's never really been fully processed or released. And that's what we call a trapped emotion. It's an emotion that maybe you felt at one time, and because of our culture, lots of times we're taught not to express how we're feeling, and so you didn't get to express it. And so it had no place to go. And so it got stuck in your body. And sometimes these trapped emotions can be on a subconscious level. We don't even know we felt that way, but it's there. So here's why you don't want to have a negative vibration. The law of attraction is eavesdropping on the vibes we are sending. So think of yourself in like a hula hoop, okay? A big circle of energy. Or a big bubble, however you want to think of it. Whatever is in this circle is the vibe that you are sending out. The law of attraction matches that vibe. When you are having a negative feeling, you are sending a negative vibe. It's responding to that feeling by giving you more of the same. So that's why it's really important to get rid of these negative emotions that are sort of stored in our body, stored in this circle of energy, because it's the vibes that we're sending out. Today, it's all about the high vibe zone. The best way to create a high vibe is to get rid of the low vibes. The best way to become more positive is to become less negative. And why do we want to do that? Because the law of attraction is eavesdropping on the vibes that we are sending out all the time, 24/7. It's listening. It's paying attention to the vibes we're sending out. So these emotion code charts that I have, there are 160 emotions that I'll be working off of today. For the volunteers, I'm going to help you release the fear and worry that you're feeling right now about earning money in these uncertain times. I know from looking at who's here, we have some business owners, probably hard hit. You know, a lot of the small businesses can't really do the business the way they used to, and so maybe you've lost a lot of your income. For those that volunteer, there's no embarrassment. You won't have to reveal any details about your life. I will identify the emotion off of the charts and then delete it. And we delete it with the magnet. So how does this work? You know, how do you delete a trapped emotion with a magnet? Well, if you think of the frequency of anger, let's say, and maybe the picture of the frequency goes up, down, up, down, up, down. And when you use the magnet, which I'm going to run over the governing meridian, it neutralizes the frequency. So now it goes down, up, down, up, down, up. So it's really cool that it neutralizes the frequency and completely deletes it. Now, you know the expression that we're all connected? Pretend we're all connected like this big internet web, a pretend thread. Before I work with someone, I get her permission or his permission, and I get permission to access her subconscious mind. It's like a great big computer. And her subconscious mind knows everything. It knows what happened, when it happened. It also knows what emotion is causing this flare-up of fear based on everything that's happening. So when I'm going to muscle test myself, once I connect to the volunteer, it's like my body is testing me for the volunteer. So the muscle test that I get actually knows that I'm testing for Susie instead of testing for Juanita. Okay, so my talent is asking the right questions, because when you're dealing with the subconscious, you can only ask yes, no questions. The skill is to find the correct yes, no answer. So I've got all of these emotions on the emotion code chart, and I'm going to identify them and then delete them. And it's kind of like, suppose you've decided you want to delete a file on your computer. And you look and you look and you look for the file, and you say, where's that file? Once you find it, you don't leave it there. You delete it. And it's the same sort of thing. Once we identify a negative emotion or a negative energy, we want to delete it from the body. So how do I do the muscle testing? So I'm going to do this technique. So right now, my name is Juanita. My fingers are strong. If I say my name is Mary, my fingers come apart. So once I connect with the other person, when I test, then my body knows that I'm testing for the other person. And so I become a proxy. I will ask the volunteer questions. Now, I'm not guessing at anything. I'm not psychic. Nobody is telling me anything. Her subconscious mind is telling my subconscious mind when to lock for a yes. A lot of chiropractors use this kinesiology testing, and it's becoming more and more common. So when I get a yes, it's because her subconscious has told me to lock for a yes or to release for a no. Okay, so I'll be looking for 2 volunteers today. In order to get chosen, here are 4 questions that you can type in the chat. What is your severity from a 0 to 10? 0 is it's not there at all, and 10, it's at the worst. And remember, we're talking about your fear and worry about earning money right now. I can do lots of other topics, but today we're just doing that. 1 or 2 emotions. What are you feeling or thinking regarding your money situation? Give me permission to work with you, and then update me here a few minutes after your session to see how you feel. Now, how will you know that the emotion is gone? Because you can tell by how you feel. All right, so let me scroll through the chats to see who's going to volunteer. Okay, Barb says a number 7 with permission. Okay, and Barb, what's the feeling that you're feeling right now? What's the emotion that's coming to mind? Sometimes it takes a while for the comments to come in. Okay, I see that Cindy is here. All right, so I'll let Barb's, maybe her comment will come in a little bit. All right, so I have permission to start with Barb. Oh, Barb says frustration. That's a good one. Yeah, frustration, because she's a business owner, and maybe her business wasn't online before all of this, and maybe now she has to reinvent herself. So we're going to work on Barb's, the things that are contributing to her frustration. Okay. Okay. So let's get started. Take a couple minutes to connect with Barb. Okay, so my name is Barb. My name is Juanita. So now I'm connected to Barb energetically. My name is Barb. My name is Juanita. All right, great. So how many trapped emotions is contributing to Barb's feeling of frustration over earning money right now? How many trapped emotions? 4. So she has 4 trapped emotions. I'm going to gather them all up and delete them. I have these columns here, and I'm going to muscle test whether it's on the left or the right. Is it on the left? Is it odd numbers? Is it B2? Are they all in the same box? Yes. Is it failure? Okay, so the first one is failure. Hopelessness. Lack of control. Yep. Low self-esteem. Yes. Okay. Are there any other trapped emotions that are contributing to Barb's frustration right now? No. All right, now I'm going to release these trapped emotions for Barb. In a place of unconditional love and gratitude, I set the intention to release the trapped emotion of failure, releasing failure, releasing hopelessness, releasing hopelessness, releasing lack of control, releasing lack of control, releasing low self-esteem, releasing low self-esteem, releasing low self-esteem. Okay. Did we release failure and hopelessness and lack of control and low self-esteem? Yes. Good. All right. Now we're going to check on the absorbed trapped emotions for Barb. Now, what an absorbed trapped emotion is, you can be in the same room with someone, and we've all had it happen where we walk into a room and you can just feel like, oh, it feels negative. And so as a sensitive person, you may absorb those feelings. And sometimes we take on other people's emotions and they aren't even ours. And they get stuck in our body because we don't know how to process them. So let's see how many absorbed trapped emotions Barb has. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So she has 5 trapped emotions that aren't even really her own, that are impacting her fear and worry and frustration right now. Okay, so let's see what these absorbed trapped emotions are. Is it on the left? Odd numbers? Is it B1? Is it B3? Is it B5? Are they all in the same box? No. Is it conflict? Creative insecurity. Yes, that's one that will stop you from moving forward if you have the trapped creative insecurity. Wishy-washy. Wishy-washy, okay. Are the rest in this row? No. On the left, on the right, odd numbers. Is it B1? B1. Effort unreceived, okay. Effort unreceived. Heartache. Insecurity. Are there any more absorbed trapped emotions that are impacting Barb right now? No. Okay. Do we need to know anything else about these absorbed trapped emotions? No. All right, so now I'm going to release these absorbed trapped emotions. In a place of unconditional love and gratitude, I set the intention to release the absorbed creative insecurity, releasing absorbed creative insecurity, releasing absorbed wishy-washy, releasing absorbed effort unreceived, releasing absorbed heartache, and releasing absorbed insecurity. So have I deleted creative insecurity, wishy-washy, effort unreceived, heartache, and insecurity? Yes. Are there any other absorbed emotions that are impacting Barb right now? No. Okay. Now the next group is stress-related energy. How many stress-related energies does Barb have right now? 1, 2, 3. Okay. Are they all in the same box? No. Column C, yes. Odd numbers? C2, C4. Is it frenzy, envy, jealousy? Okay, jealousy, yeah, sure. Maybe jealous of people that are able to earn money right now, or who knows, you know? Okay, is it on the left? Is it even numbers? Is it odd numbers? A1? Is it parental approval? Parental approval. All right, and what's the third one? Is it in this same A1 box? No. Is it column A? Is it column B? Is it odd numbers? Is it B1? Confused. Okay. So we have, are there any other stress-related energies that are impacting Barb right now? No. All right, let's release these for Barb. In a place of unconditional love and gratitude, set the intention to release the energy of jealousy, releasing jealousy, releasing parental approval, releasing confused. Okay. Have we released jealousy, parental approval, and confused? Yes. Good. Now, sometimes there are trapped emotions that are hidden. So we'll ask if there are any hidden trapped emotions for Barb. Does Barb have any hidden trapped emotions? No. Okay, good. Does Barb have any inherited trapped emotions? Now, just like you can inherit brown hair and brown eyes, you can inherit trapped emotions. And sometimes they're passed down from generations to generations. And so not only do we have to deal with our own stuff, we're dealing with other people's stuff. So it's really crucial to release these inherited trapped emotions as well. How many inherited trapped emotions does Barb have? 1, 2. Okay, 2. Are they all in the same box? No. All right. Is it B1? Okay. Is it effort unreceived? Is it heartache? Okay, so even though Barb had an absorbed one of heartache, she also had inherited of heartache, okay? And abandonment. Did Barb get the heartache from her mom? Yes. And how many generations does this go back? Did the mom get it from her parents? Yes. Does it go back less than 10 generations? Yes. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4. This goes back 4 generations. And the abandonment, did she also get from the mom? Yes. And does it go back 4 generations? Yes. So apparently these 2 emotions happened at the same time. Okay, so now we're going to release these inherited trapped emotions for Barb. In a place of unconditional love and gratitude, I set the intention to release inherited heartache. Releasing inherited heartache. Releasing inherited abandonment. Going back 4 generations. Inherited abandonment. Going back 4 generations. Okay, have we released inherited heartache and inherited abandonment? Yes. Good. Okay, the next category is called vibrational resonance. A vibrational resonance, when you think of a bell that, is ringing, we can only hear it ring for a certain amount of time, but it's still ringing energetically on some level. So sometimes we get emotions that have been processed a little bit, but they're still sort of ringing, kind of. That's like an analogy in our body. And so we want to release those. So how many vibrational resonances does Barb have? Going to take some water here. Okay, does Barb have any vibrational resonances? Yes. 1, 2. She has 2, okay. Good. Let's see what her vibrational resonances are. On the left, is it odd numbers? Yes. Is it B1? Is it effort unreceived? Is it heartache? Heartache again. Okay. Barb's heart is going to feel a lot lighter after this. Okay. And is the other one in this same box? Yes. Effort unreceived, heartache, insecurity. And Barb also had absorbed insecurity and vibrational resonance insecurity. Are there any other vibrational resonances affecting Barb right now? No. In a place of unconditional love and gratitude, let's get rid of the vibrational resonance of heartache. Releasing the vibrational resonance of heartache. Releasing vibrational resonance of insecurity. Releasing insecurity. Releasing insecurity. Okay, have we released the vibrational resonance of heartache and insecurity? Yes. Okay, are there any prenatal? Now, what a prenatal emotion is sometimes when you're in the womb, you can absorb emotions from one of the parents, or as the fetus, you can feel it yourself. So does Barb have any prenatal trapped emotions that are affecting her right now? No. All right. Is there something blocking Barb from accepting this new version of herself? Yes. So when you think about updating your phone or an app, all right, so we've just updated Barb's blueprint. She's now going to be vibrating at a new level. But sometimes there are a few trapped emotions that are sort of blocking you from accepting this new version of yourself. So I'm going to release that for Barb. So how many trapped emotions are blocking Barb from accepting this new version of herself? 1, 2, just one. Okay, on the left, is it odd numbers? Is it B1? Is it B3? Is it confusion, defensiveness, grief, self-abuse, stubbornness? Okay, stubbornness. I think we can all relate to that. All right, any other trapped emotions that are blocking Barb from accepting this new version of herself? No. Okay. In a place of unconditional love and gratitude, we set the intention to release the trapped emotion of stubbornness that's blocking Barb from accepting this new version of herself. Okay, so what was the severity for Barb before we started? It was a 7. So what is the severity now? Is it less than 7? Yes. Is it 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0? Yay, 0. Okay, Barb, so take a few minutes and see how you feel. And remember, how will you know the emotion is gone? Because you will feel different. Maybe you will feel lighter, or maybe you will feel tingling, or some people yawn. So it's a nice feeling to get rid of these trapped emotions. So let's see how many emotions we cleared for Barb. 5, 10, 15, 17 trapped emotions or negative energies that we cleared from Barb. And you saw we did that in roughly 12 or 13 minutes. So that's amazing. With the emotion code, you can clear emotions very quickly. Within minutes, you can release your fear and worry. Okay, thank you, Barb. All right, let me see who else is here. All right, Barb said she loves seeing my smile as I release them all. Thank you, Barb. I feel honored to work with people and to release these trapped emotions. And that's why I say in a place of unconditional love and gratitude, because I am very grateful to be on this journey with my clients. Okay, so Barb is going to update us in a little bit about how she's feeling. And let's see what Cindy says. Whoops. I'm not sure if Cindy made a comment. I see something, but I can't see all of it. Okay. Do we have someone else that would like to volunteer today to get a free emotion code session? Let's see. I see Doris is watching. And let's see if we have anybody else that's watching. Hi, Doris. Lorna, would you like to volunteer? Who would like to volunteer to go next? So maybe Barb, maybe while we're waiting to see if someone else wants to volunteer, you can tell us what shifts you're noticing right now after releasing those 17 negative emotions that you've been carrying around with you for a long time. Okay, Barb says her shoulders feel a lot lighter. Oh, nice. She's not carrying the weight of the world around on her shoulders anymore. Great. Thank you, Barb, for being a volunteer so people could see what the emotion code is like. All right, I'll make one more call for a volunteer, and if no one else wants to volunteer, I'll move on. But if you do want to volunteer, type in the chat so that you're giving me your permission to work on you. I worked with a woman who had loved to eat ice cream, but every time she ate dairy, her body negatively reacted to the dairy. I worked on her, and now she can eat ice cream. She's so much happier. I worked with a woman who had tingling going down her legs and her feet, and she was amazed that we were able to help her with that. I worked with a woman who had trouble sleeping. So, there were trapped emotions, inherited emotions, absorbed emotions that we released that were affecting her sleep. I worked with a woman who is a holistic doctor and couldn't find a job that she loved. And so we released all of the beliefs and the blocks that were sort of keeping her stuck from getting a job that she really loved. And it was exciting to see the process. And then eventually she did get a job that she's thrilled about. Okay, so do we have any other volunteers? Well, you saw what I can do in 10 to 12 minutes. You can imagine what I can do in 20 or 30 minutes. So with Barb, her intensity was a 7, and we brought it from a 7 down to a 0. So can you imagine if everyone that's dealing with the stress about earning money right now had a little 10-minute session and was able to lift the weight off of their shoulders like Barb did? Wouldn't that be wonderful? So you might be thinking, oh, I wish she could help me with my aching back. Or I wonder if she could help me because right now I'm sneezing and I have runny nose at time of year. Or maybe she could help me with my stomach issues. So, if you're thinking that, gee, I wonder what it would be like to have her work on me, I make it very easy for you to work with me. Here's my website. To book an appointment, it's the Shifting Sand, okay? And I give you a list. I send you a list. You can check off things you want to work on. And then you come and we help you release some trapped emotions that you've been carrying around with you for a long time. Most of the sessions are prepaid. So you bring your magnet to the session. You bring some water to drink because it's important that when you release the negative energies that you drink water. Okay, so there's a comment from Barb. And she says, I so appreciate your expertise in helping me today. Thank you, Barb. It was an honor to work with you, and thank you for volunteering. So I'll take a few minutes, and if there's no questions, then I will close. I worked with a cat who was peeing on the rug, and the owner didn't know, what was going on. So we worked on the cat, and then the cat stopped peeing on the rug, so that was good. I love the fact that I can work on animals, and I can work on people, so it's really cool. Thank you, everyone, for giving me a part of your day today and joining on this Facebook Live, and I hope you learned something. And remember, if you wanted to check out the book, The Emotion Code, here's the book, The Emotion Code by Dr. Bradley Nelson. You can check it out yourself, learn how to muscle test, and learn how to get rid of the trapped emotions that you've been carrying around. So thank you, be safe, and stay well. Bye now.